What I would like to remind all salespeople are, there's such a thing called bad language. And I'm not talking about regular curse words that a lot of people use on a daily basis, because believe me, I'm just as guilty as many. Although I'm talking about worse words, such as price, cost, contract, sign here, I got a deal for you. Those aren't sales words. Those are not in a closer's vocabulary. You see, what they really are is the negative resources that consumers use to say, I don't want to deal with this guy. To say, you know what, I really need to think about this. To say, you know what, this is not the right thing for me. I need another salesperson. What we have to remember, what we have to do is realize that there's a trigger. There's a thought process that's going to go above and beyond anything with the consumer. It's what you say and how you say it. So instead of saying cost, we need a different kind of trigger, don't we? We need to say something such as investment. You see, Mr. Jones, your investment inside of this product, your monthly investment will only be. You see, instead of using price and or cost, we substituted for investment and or, Mr. Jones, your contribution is only going to be $299.09. Very small. More importantly, and then you move on. When you word things differently, people know what you're saying without having to say it. People will think about the bad words, but you didn't say them, so it doesn't affect them that way. You see, if you tell somebody something bad like F off, well, it's a very negative factor, right? So if you say it, you enunciate it to them and you make them think about it. But if you're just giving them a slight little attitude like, oh, Mr. Jones, let's settle down a little bit and let's think through this, you're telling them the same way, but with different words that doesn't offend them. We have to realize that certain words will offend our consumers, our buyers. So as closers and entrepreneurs, we have to realize that the way we speak and the words that we use with it and the context that we use them in is really going to dictate the results of getting a close and or going home empty-handed. More importantly, there's other words such as contract. What other word can we use instead of saying contract? Isn't contract a little fierce? Like if I'm getting inside a business contract, it could be good, but it could be bad. So instead of that, why don't we just use, I don't know, paperwork? Mr. Jones, we have just a little bit of paperwork just to get through. And instead of saying what we need to do is sign it, no. We just need to do a little bit of paperwork that I need your okay on. Is that all right? When you do that, it seems less obtrusive rather than saying, Mr. Jones, we have a contract I need you to sign. And you're like, whoa, LA Fitness, right? The big gyms out there, they want you to sign a contract. And a lot of us don't join because we don't want to get stuck in something, right? Phenomenal places, but we just don't want to get stuck in something. So they have to reword it for us. They have to give us the benefits for signing it. You see, instead of having to do that, we have to realize that we can get rid of all these objections from a consumer if you just word things differently. So if they said to me, Mr. Tobias, we just need your okay with some of the paperwork and then we can get you started. You can start working out by as early as 1 o'clock. Is that good with you? Excellent. Mr. Jones, we need a down payment. Oh, God. No down payment. Mr. Jones, we just need a simple investment from you in order to go ahead and proceed with this. All right, what would it be? See, now it's triggering a positive response rather than a negative response. What I also want you to remember is whenever you need a customer's okay, you just can't say, okay, here's what you need to do, sign here. We have to get that permission to probe whenever we go through a cost trigger, right? So if we're going for a close, we have to say, Michael, I hope it's okay. I just need to ask you a few quick questions I need your answers on. Do you mind if I ask? And people always say, no, go ahead. Instead of saying, hey, Michael, what was your date of birth? When did you want to start this? As soon as you start doing things like that, what happens? Well, the customer goes, oh, God, they're not leaning into you anymore. They're going, why is this guy going through these motions? But if you ask permission to probe, do you mind if I ask? The customer will always say, no, not a problem. What do you need? And people more than often do the application for you rather than stepping back and saying that they want to think about it. So remember that there's going to be certain triggers, there's going to be certain words that will dictate the way your conversations go. Again, the bad words, cost, price, pay for, deal, contract, sign here. I need your okay. We just have a little bit of paperwork to do. Your contribution, your monthly investment, your opportunity. Mr. Jones, the opportunity that we have here, instead of deal, Mr. Jones, the opportunity that we have here is just to get a little bit of paperwork done. I need your okay on, and then I'm gonna need a few questions retained by yourself, and I just need your answers. Do you mind if I ask? No? Okay, excellent. Your monthly investment's only gonna be $231.09. So what I need you to do is just okay this, then we can move on with the rest of the paperwork, and then you can get started by 1 o'clock. Does that seem fair? Excellent. It's less obtrusive. So remember, everything has a trigger. Everything you say and how you say it.